Every challenge coin holds a story. The unit, the deployment, the handshake it was pressed into your palm with. But stories fade unless someone saves them. Allcoin lets you digitize your coins and the stories behind them, a lasting record of what your service meant and who you served it with. Preserve your story free at allcoin.brav.co because your service is worth remembering.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices. I'm your host, Andrew Cox, and today we're having a part 3 of Robert Weber's story. I'm looking forward to it. But if you are enjoying these podcasts, make sure you hit up the website. That's the Lost Art Project, veteransvoices.org. Go check us out, see what we're all about. We are a new nonprofit, so if there's a way you can help us out, it'd be much appreciated. Big shout out to the Tilvalhalla Project out there doing amazing things. If you don't know anything about them, go check them out. Even if you do, go back and check them out again. Truly, truly an amazing organization. And as you just saw just a second ago, we are supported by Allcoin, and we actually have our own digital coin that we'll be sending out to every participant now. So I'm excited about this. Hopefully you guys are as well, but make sure you go and check those guys out over at Allcoin. And VSOs, don't worry. Out there, your veteran service officers are out there. The Marine Corps League now has them. You can find them at mcleague.org, VSO locator, or you can dial 703-207-9588, extension 299.
Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps veteran service organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member.
All right, here we are. We got Robert with us again. Robert, how are you doing today?
Doing very well, thank you.
Awesome. Well, hey, I'm excited to have you back. This is part 3. So we get to hear more of your incredible story, your incredible journey. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you're ready.
Okay.
I'm ready when you are.
I don't remember how much I talked about the atomic bomb, but it, of course, was one of the very big parts of the war.
Right.
So while I personally was not involved in the actual crew, we were all really entwined in it. And
okay.
It was kind of it was part of the war, same as everything else.
Mm-hmm.
It came on as top secret. Nobody had any idea what they were talking about, except I think that Paul Tibbets
Mm-hmm.
was probably the main one at all times. He was at that time considered the best pilot in the world. He had flown missions in Europe and all over, and Africa, and he was considered the best pilot in the world and the most knowledgeable one.
Oh, wow.
So he was kind of the head of the project from the time started. But I don't know if he even knew what it really was, because it was so top secret. It was the best kept secret in the service ever. And
Wow.
he was told that it was extremely top secret, and that he was to put his crew together, and they had such rigid regulations that the crew could not even talk to each other except maybe a greeting in the morning. And he deliberately had this pool of men that he was gathering a crew from. Any of their, what he thought would be their top picks, why they would go into just a regular camp, and he would watch each one of them, and if they were quite talkative and visited with the rest of the guys and everything, they were immediately scrapped because they figured that would be a possible leak sometime, someplace.
Right.
When he finally got his pretty much crew gathered, they were not allowed to talk to anybody at home, have no connections with anybody at home. They could not talk to each other except just very little, like good morning. And none of them knew what they were being prepared for. But all they knew that it was extremely top secret. And he would go to different places purposely to watch them, how they handle themselves in other people, in the face of other people. And they would eliminate them on things that you and I would never even dream of. But anyway, he got his crew together. None of them knew. Like I say, I don't even know whether he knew, but they all knew that it was extremely, extremely top secret. And when they got them pretty well together, and I think I told you that they headquartered in Roswell, New Mexico, and used El Magardo as their main testing and checking out point.
Right.
The B-29 had twin bays separated with a partition, and each partition was a little bit too small for the atomic bomb, so they had to cut that partition out and make it big enough so it would hold the atomic bomb. And they they went in with very light armament, and the pilots had to learn how to fly all over again. Because when they were to fly their mission, they had to get out of there before the atomic ball of fire caught them. So
Right.
they would have to fly the B-29 like a fighter pilot.
Oh, geez.
So as the days grew near, why they were, of course, headed out of Saipan, and nobody still knew what the top secret was. And when the crew loaded the atomic bomb, it was completely covered and done in the dark of the night. And nobody even then knew what it was. They just hooked up the parts that were not covered and just kind of slipped the cover off. And even Tibbets had no idea where they were going or what they were going to do and what they were going to drop.
Wow.
And into the mission, they had already taken off, and were given the course that they had to take, which was about 35,000 feet. And the idea was that there was they finally decided, were told that the target would be fairly close to Tokyo. There was a spiral or something that was very apparent when you could see it from quite a distance. And as they flew close, why they did find that spiral, and the bombardier immediately started making the figures so that he could drop the bomb. They had a point at just a little ways away from it, and they had to figure the altitude, speed,
right,
humidity, the direction of the winds at the ground level, and so many things that you and I would never think of.
right.
And when they were within sight of their target, why then the captain told him that they did have an atomic bomb and that they were going to drop it. And when they dropped it, they would immediately have to make a 360-degree spiral diving turn in order to get enough speed to get away from that plume.
Yeah.
And in retrospect, then, why they let their bomb go and made their move. And the records show that he missed the target by 13 feet. That's about halfway across a pretty good sized room.
Right.
At 35,000 feet. They did get the bomb dropped, and they did outrun it. The plume was behind them, but they was a little ahead and full speed ahead, and they were heading for home.
Right.
Well, at that very same time, we were on a bombing mission also.
Okay.
We had fire bombs that we were supposed to bomb Osaka with. Osaka was a industrial part along the ocean, went for miles, big industrial buildings, warehouses, railroads. We even saw a few planes on the ground. So we made our run and dropped our bombs just as fast as you could, one by one, as we flew, which gave it exact space between them. And when we got our run made, why, we also headed for home.
Right.
And we had heard over the radio that they had dropped a big bomb today. But we were not a bit impressed because we had dropped a whole bunch of little ones.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until we got home that we realized what really had happened.
Right.
And I guess the rest of it's pretty much history. They dropped the second one, second bomb, I think the third day later, and the war was over.
Right. Now, were you also flying missions on that day as well?
Yes,
on the third day.
We were flying the PW missions. I think I covered that before. Anyway, I would like to bring up a point that has almost never been pointed out.
Okay.
We had a backup, followed us every place we went,
Mhm.
kind of like a guardian angel, and was our sustenance and everything.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the millions and millions of Americans back home.
Mm.
They have never been given enough credit, I don't think. The uh, it, problems and uh, uh, work and everything that they did day after
Right.
day to keep us in the air. The everything was rationed. Sugar was a big ration. I think they used that in ammunition. Uh, Bacon, ham, steak. We always sent the good beef steaks to the servicemen so that they would always
Mhm.
be well fed. And there was always worry that they might not run out, they would run out of fuel. So
Right.
they determined that 55 miles an hour was optimum speed to get to save the fuel.
Mhm.
So everybody had to drive 55 as a national order. And you would think that you'd have to have a whole fleet of patrolmen uh, flagging them down, but you almost had none. Everyone that was driving 55, he would figure he would give the service that little gallon or two that he might have saved, along
Right.
with millions and millions of others.
Hmm.
And that was his little thing towards war effort.
Right.
And of course, the uh, the men that worked on the ships, airplanes,
Mhm.
factories, they were at war. So the able-bodied women went,
Right.
and they filled the the place that the men went, like the Molly the River and all those things.
Right.
They built the ships and the trucks and the airplanes that we were flying.
Mhm.
And of course, that left quite a void at home. So the mothers and dads and the kids that was not quite old enough yet, they worked twice as hard and filled the gap of the people that had left. So they
Mm.
had made quite a effort to keep us going.
Right.
And really follow it up. Without them, we would not have had any planes to fly.
Yeah, absolutely.
With but with us flying the planes and they doing their job at home, it was two completely different factions, you might call it, working
Mhm.
together. And in the lack of any one of them, either one of them, the other one would fail. So separately, we would not be succeed. Together, we were invincible.
Right.
And people at home waiting with open arms for their soldiers to get home after the war ended. And a lot of those arms were never and will never be filled.
Mhm.
So it amounts to the between the two of us, two factions, we were invincible. So I would like to say to each and every one of us. May God bless us, and may America live forever.
Absolutely.
And
Wow.
then you can have a trumpet play after that playtime.
I could do that. Yeah, we can make that happen for sure.
Okay.
Wow. That was good. Absolutely incredible.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? Or is that
Well, I can usually get talking. I can talk about anything, anytime to anybody.
Story about your life? I mean, where did he end on his like?
I had
well, the last I remember is you had the dairy farm, and you were dealing with the dairy farm there that you had.
I thought we had that all covered.
Well,
That's
that was
what
the
he said.
last thing. I think we finished that part, but I don't remember going beyond that.
Well, then I grew up and went to the service, and
Yeah.
No.
No.
my life.
Yeah,
my life-
after you came back. Yeah, after you came back.
Oh, after I came back.
Yeah. So you ended up, you had the dairy.
Yeah. Well, I
Mhm.
came back and met an awful close swipe with death, more than I had ever been on a plane, I guess. I
Yeah.
come down the Mullen Pass, and when I got discharged, everything all transportation was locked up. The railroad had just gone on strike. The bus lines were booked up for 2 weeks, and the airlines and everything. So we hitchhiked home. Me and a buddy of mine from Fromberg, that's close to Laurel, and kind of make a story a little bit short. A Marine picked us up and headed down the Mullen Pass. That's a pretty steep section of the road between Spokane and Missoula. And he had one of those 33 Ford V8 with the knee action and the cloth top and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
He was coming down the pass, and of course the roads hadn't been repaired for a long time, and it hit kind of a washboardy spot about halfway down, and that V8 turned crossways of the road and started rolling down the road, and it was straight up on one side and straight down on the other.
Oh gosh.
And when it was rolling, it threw me through the roof, and I got in the fetal position, and I saw a bush circling around, made a grab for it, and I think that broke my fall long enough so that I did not have any real serious injuries. It cut my head several different places, but
right.
I crawled up the bank, then got to the car. My buddy had a broken arm. He did not was not thrown out of the car, and they had a big suitcase in there and broke his arm. And the Marine was standing outside. He had a little dog with him. That dog took off running. As far as I know, he's still running. Anyway, wasn't long while a policeman came by to pick us up, and so he took my buddy and I down to a little town this side of Missoula, and took us to the hospital there then, and charged us $40 a piece for transportation.
Oh, that was nice of me.
Can you imagine that? Anyway, we stayed in the hospital then. My buddy got his arm set and guess they washed a little of the blood out of my head, and I figured
Yeah.
I wasn't hurt any longer as I was hitting the head. And we stayed there then overnight, and then the railroads settled our strike, and then we got on the railroad and headed for home.
Yeah.
And of course, at home, they were meeting. There's no cell phones those days, remember?
Right. Yeah.
Communications was pretty slim. Anyway, they folks at home, they was meeting every kind of transportation, waiting for me to get off. And then I finally got off the train then. And Jenny and I stayed with my folks for a couple of months then, so that I kind of get organized back to civilian life.
Right.
And helped Dad with the haying and did a little custom work, make a couple of bucks. And then I went to get a job, and railroads at that time was the big thing in Livingston. And Livingston was the railroad. They had in two sections. One of them was the back shop, which they did major work, major overhaul. They stripped the engines down completely and rebuilt them. And then they had the roundhouse, which was connected to it. And the roundhouse, we just did running work and service work, and of course filling with water and coal. And so I went and asked the foreman then if I could get a job, and he says, no, we're filled up. So I went to the back shop, and I sweated the line out there for about a couple hours and got almost next up. Decided this is not what I wanted. I did not want a 5 to 7 job. I wanted one where I could get some overtime and make some money.
Yeah.
So I went back home and had a note there that Bill Gonder, the head of the labor department, he says he didn't know who I was. Come to work Monday morning. So it's still the same old thing. Ain't who you know, it ain't what you know, it's who you know.
That's right.
I worked for the railroad for, you want my whole story from there on?
Well, Dad,
I mean,
most of it. We're already past all that into the dairy farm
Yeah,
here at this house
Oh,
when you were milking cows.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, when you got rid of the cows, and you and Mom went on a lot of vacations to Hawaii and all over.
Yeah. When I was working for the railroad, I could see that most of these, especially engineers and firemen, they was going to work straight through it till they retired. Then they was going to do their traveling. And about 9 times out of 10, they died within a year. So I decided we were not going to work it that way. We were going to take our vacations now. And then when we retired, then we could sit at home and look at the pictures.
Yeah.
Which we did. We went, there was some people just up the road from us a few miles. There's farmers. Otto worked in the park and he retired. And then his wife had run the farm. So they sold out and went to town. And they hated it with a passion. So we decided we'd ask them if they would come and milk our cows and do whatever while we was gone, and they just jumped at it. So we had 25 consecutive years that we took extended vacations.
Oh, wow.
And we went all over the country. Went on 3 cruises. Went to Disney World, Disneyland a couple of times. The coral reefs and
Okay.
Just about everything. We went about every place for us to go.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where I decided that I should start looking at retiring a little bit, or at least cutting back. So that's when the first thing we did, we got rid of the cows. And I was, I think at that time you could take your Social Security earliest at 63. And
Okay.
I took my pension right away. And they figured that the mathematics was that you would be at least 13 years before you would break even. So we kind of ran a dry run on it. I used the Social Security, see if it was going to replace the income from the milk cows, and worked out slick.
Right.
So we got rid of the cows and kept, that time I had a couple hundred head of sheep yet. So we kept the sheep and did the haying and all that.
Right.
Till 90. See, I think at 95, why I was still going strong, but them 50-pound bales was getting so they weighed 100 pounds. So I thought, well, it's about time to hang it up. So so we kind of retired from there on.
Okay.
Does that cover everything?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. And now, since then, you've been in the same house, right? All the way up to where you are now.
That's right. I built this house. See, when I was working for the railroad, I kind of run two the apprenticeships together. I would work till from 7 till noon for the railroad, and then I'd knock off the last 3 hours and go and work for the help the guy that from Big Timber that built our first house, and he was very good. He taught me everything there was to know, I guess, about building a house. So I run the two apprenticeships together, and I was handy enough so that I built all our buildings myself. The first one was the sheep shed. We didn't have a building in the place that didn't leak, and I needed someplace so I could do my lambing in the spring.
Yeah.
And so they had a lumber yard in town that put up very high grade lumber and graded everything, and everything that didn't make a grade, why they'd put in a little package of about 3,000-4,000 board feet, and maybe some of them would just maybe the edge wouldn't quite finish up, or the end wouldn't or anything. So I bought about 3 of those packages, built my sheep shed out of it. Pretty good sized 30 by 60.
Nice.
30 by 60, 30 by 80 sheep
wow.
shed.
Okay.
And that was one of the most painful buildings that I ever put up. I was building my sheep shed that fall, pounding nails, and all my neighbor buddies was out hunting my deer. Anyway, then I got that built, and I had to build a shop for my tools. I had quite a gathering of tools then from the VA and from the work and everything. So I had to build a tool shed, and decided to build that from blocks. And I had never actually seen a block before, but I made the blueprints of it and went over to Three Forks and got the blocks, and by trial and error, I built my first block shed, and when I got through with it, I was only about 3/8 of an inch off of being level. So I was pretty proud.
Nice.
Pretty proud
Yeah,
of
that's
myself.
good. Wow.
And of course, we always had to have to lay in hens so we could, for our own use, and to sell some, trade for groceries. So I had to build a chicken house, and then I had to build a milk house. We was in the milking business. Had to build a milk house, and built one pretty much state of the art. It was just worked very well. We used it for 20 years before we retired. Then I got around to building our house because, you know, the
Okay.
Dutch would say many a big barn eventually builds a big house, but no big house ever built a big barn.
That's
so then
true.
I had to got seriously working on the house.
Yeah.
And borrowed a little money to finish it up, and had a little set to with the inspectors. They had a guy back in Bozeman that he didn't think I could do anything, and he was sure I could not build a house. So he'd send a crew over, and they'd look everything over. Now I think he figured he could. So he'd send another crew over, the same rigmarole.
Yeah.
About the third time, he said he could do it, so he okayed it then. So he okayed a loan so that I could buy some lumber and get to work on my house. And I was going along in pretty good shape. I had it pretty well framed up and everything. And I wanted a office in my house, and no way I could fit it in the plans till I had the 2x4s up. So then I could see, instead of having a coat closet coming in, I would take that out and just use a coat rack, and I could make it large enough so that I would have a nice little office, and it'd be had a thick enough wall, double wall then. So I made a show glass cage from the other side, so that Jenny could display all her fancy dishes and
Oh yeah.
everything. And the inspector, they sent an inspector who's just riding me all the time. He noticed that, and he hit the ceiling, and I was supposed to go through all kinds of rigmarole, probably wait till now to get the okay on it. Anyway, he was going to pull all my money. And I set up about one full night figuring out how many more 2x4s I needed, and all the windows and doors and finish and everything. And I went to the lumber yards and I paid for it. And when the guy came, I told him he could just go right ahead and cut my funds because there was nothing left. So I got my house finished that way anyway. And they watched me. Every week they sent a crew down to see, make sure I was doing everything right. And even after we moved in, I had the house completely finished, mortgage paid off, and they still sent inspectors down about every 2 or 3 weeks for, must have been putting there 10 years after I had finished. For what reason, I don't know, but they sure had a number on me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm still here and they're gone.
That's right.
So,
wow.
I buried every one of them.
Yeah, and you're still in the same house and still going.
It's still a good, solid house, and it will be as long as I will need it, and a little bit, and doing very well.
Absolutely.
Got everything paid for, and had enough money laid extra that we don't miss a meal very often, and we're just doing very well.
You are the example for everybody of, one, hard work, and then two, just preparing for the life, making sure that you have everything, your ducks in a row, and you're making sure everything's good.
Right. Yeah. I I was looking pretty much forward on everything, and still do. I still budget a little bit, and make darn sure that my kids, they build a house next to me now, and so make sure that everybody is doing well.
Right.
And I've got enough to run me till somebody knocks me off, and so I won't be costing anybody any extra money.
Right. Right.
So we got it all pretty well figured out, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've had one heck of a life, and I've enjoyed listening to your story, and then even having you on for the 250th Independence Day show. So thanks for coming on and doing that as well.
You know, if you look back, I saw almost half of that 250 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good run on it, and you've been through most of it. It's amazing the stuff that you've seen, the things that you've done. You saw the country grow immensely.
Yeah. Yeah. When I first started, we didn't. Our communications at the best was a neighborhood line, 3 or 4 people on the line,
right?
And you rang up your ring, and then everybody could listen in.
Yeah, that's right.
And actually, penicillin, of course, had been discovered, but it was not in use extensively.
Okay.
So sulfa was about the only medicine, I guess you'd call it, that we had, and morphine was the about the only
sedative or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, and that was about it. And now look at it.
Yeah.
Now,
just the medical miracles between then and now is amazing. The things that have done.
Everything is a miracle. We use mostly horsepower to put up our hay and harvest our crops. It would take a crew of maybe 18, 19 neighbors would all get together and harvest.
Right.
Now 2 men do it.
Yeah.
A whole lot more, a whole lot better, and a whole lot easier. One running the combine and one running the truck.
That's right. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, it is. The changes have been enormous, and probably more so the last 15, 20 years than before then.
Right. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Now, as you look back and what kind of advice, like what would you tell people, especially individuals growing up now, like those servicemen and women that are in currently that are going to be getting out? What advice do you have for those guys? Thinking back over your lifetime, what things would you tell them?
Well, probably the first thing that comes to mind, and one that would be their least receptive, would be to go to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I have spent more 18-hour days in my life than any 8 hours that you can imagine. That was the usual work for me, was 18 hours. And if I had any time, I'd had time to waste, and I'd find out something that I could do constructively with it.
Absolutely, yeah. Good advice.
And probably secondly, learn how to handle money. Most of the kids now that I've come into contact with are mathematically deficient. they don't really know how to handle money. And
Right.
that's one thing that, of course, you can blame the schools for it. They should have a special course in that, because that's something that you're in contact with your whole life.
Yeah.
And you can, for an example, you can have two guys living side by side in town. One of them has got his house paid for, got his car and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, he's pretty well fixed. His neighbor, same kind of a house, same kind of a job and everything. He's got a boat and a few other things that are not necessary. And he's
Mm-hmm.
living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
So it's strictly money management, but
Mm-hmm.
also self-discipline. The
Right.
people nowadays, I don't think I have met anybody that really knows what self-discipline is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it takes all through life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. Absolutely. Wow. Now,
Any
when
other
you look,
questions?
yeah, I got a couple. When you're looking back on your time in the military, what
Yeah.
is your proudest moment of that?
Well, I was proud after the first couple of weeks that I hated it. I was very proud to be in the military.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would have to just group it as the time that I was in. I was very proud of it and did the best
Yeah.
I could.
Very nice. Yeah. And now, what was the your proudest moment throughout your entire life? What are some of the, like, we'll say the top 3 proudest moments of your entire life?
Golly, that's pretty tough. 'Cause I had some pretty good things that I was pretty proud of, and
Yeah.
very few of them that I would ever do again. If I had to do it again, would ever change.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I would change, I wouldn't wait so darn long to get married.
Yeah.
See, we were married for 76 years and a month.
Wow. That's amazing.
And at one time, the only ones in the world that beat us was Jimmy Carter and his wife. They were 1 year ahead of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
Wow.
instead of that, we beat them all.
Yeah.
And we were still together when we separated by death.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Now, is there anything else that that you want to kind of cover or talk about? Before we end the show here. Or?
Well, I really can't think of anything.
Well, I think maybe your family.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah. There you go.
Well, I have always put family first,
Mm-hmm.
over and above any of my needs or wants or desires.
Right.
They've always been number one, always has been, always will be.
Mm-hmm. Now, how many kids did you end up with total?
My
Me.
daughter here, Kathy,
Uh-huh.
who set up this outfit for me.
Yeah.
And I have 2 grandchildren, and what is it? 4 great grandchildren, 4 great great grandchildren.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
Now, how many generations have you taken pictures with, like all the way to your great grandkids, like
We got
generational
a
pictures?
picture of 5 generations.
Yes.
Yes. My boss says that we do have.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Ki-
Yeah.
Kind of really is. If you stand back and look at it objectively,
Yeah.
that's quite a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a great, that's an incredible thing there to have that picture. You know, maybe she'll be able to send a copy of it and I can put it up or something for everybody to see, because that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's see. What is a lesson or skill that you learned over your time that let's just say your military time? What's a lesson or a skill that you learned that you still use even today?
I always say that I can do anything except carry a tune. And I stick by it today.
Yeah.
I can I can figure out or something almost anything and make it work.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I favor mechanical work,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little bit because I had a lot of it to do all the time. But
Yeah.
I like carpentry work also, and
Mm-hmm.
I've done all right with that. And I've just had one hell of a good life.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree. It's an incredible life, in my humble opinion. But so if you had your chance to do it all over again, would you do it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was still in high school, and this is even before the war, why I had big ideas of going to MIT and
Mm-hmm.
major in uh, uh, liquids,
Mm.
and that would have been the basis for plastics. I would have been
Mm-hmm.
right at the foot of starting plastics.
Yeah.
But I'm always glad that I never did follow that up. Of course, after the war, while I was married and had to go to work, but I could have possibly gone, and that would probably have been the biggest mistake in my life, because be out of the West, which is terrible, and be under constant pressure and be cooped up in the city and
Mm-hmm.
probably make lots of money and lots of notoriety. But that's not conducive to a long life sometimes.
Yeah. 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 I mean, you're a good example of that, I would say. Well, I always give time for what I call words of wisdom at the end. And this is kind of your opportunity. You can leave words of wisdom for your family and for anybody else that's out there that's listening. But this is your opportunity to kind of just tell everybody what you think.
Well, probably one of the things that I would stress to anybody all the time is honesty and
Mm,
dependability. Uh, those are very important. And if you follow them and always do the best you can, no matter what kind of a job you've got, no matter how
mhm.
menial, always do the very best you can. And you'll always be noticed then and never have a problem getting a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Very true.
and you've got to pretty much live by honesty, because there's nothing more despising than a liar.
Hmm. Yeah.
So outside of that, I don't know. Just do the best you can with the tools you got.
Hmm.
And I still don't know why the good Lord left me live so long. I've had at least three pretty close brushes with death, and he
Mhm.
pulled me back on all three of them. I don't know what the heck he's got in store for me.
Well, I think he did it all just for me so I could hear your story. I think that's what it was.
Well, that'll work.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, thank you for coming on and sharing your story. It's been incredible listening to it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope your family enjoyed it as well. But thanks for doing it. And it's just been a heck of a time for me. So,
Well, you know, I kind of enjoyed it myself.
yeah, it's good to reminisce, right?
It is. Yeah, there's a lot of times I can sit in my chair and look back over the last 100 years. Just
No, you can't.
amazing. Just amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I guess we can wrap this one up, but thanks for doing this. Don't hang up on me whenever I after I do my outro on this. But again, thank you very much for doing this. And, I've got so much positivity of people coming back and saying, like they're amazed at your story and what you've told. So thank you for on behalf of everybody that's come back and said it. But thank you again. Truly appreciate it.
Okay. I thank you for listening.
Absolutely. Well, to all the listeners out there, if you're struggling, you need help, anything like that, don't forget that the VA does have some good resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255 or go to veteranscrisisline.net. Click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life loss is one too many. I care about you. Robert cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you served with. Ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. One last time, Robert, thank you very much. To everybody out there, stay motivated, change your socks.
Come on, you sons of bitches! Your story needs to be archived also!
Listen to Dan Daly. Tell your story proudly on the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices.